So Sheila, how are things going over at the FDIC?
Well, so far this year, we've closed 34 banks, 6 banks just on April 15th. How about you, Timothy? What's going on at the Treasury?
Printing money, lots of it.
How about we explain to the folks out there the debt?
Well, let's suppose this stack of bills represents last year's federal spending.
We would call it a budget, but the Congress was too afraid to vote on one. Something to do with accountability.
So, in 2010 the government spent over $3.5 trillion.
But the government only collected about $2 trillion in taxes and other revenues.
And since the government spent more than it collected, it went out and borrowed $1.5 trillion.
This money that is borrowed is called the deficit.
All of the deficits from past years make up the national debt.
So, last year's deficit was also added to the national debt,
bringing us to $14.4 trillion and climbing.
Now, if we continue adding on trillion-dollar deficits every year,
2011 will become $15.5 trillion.
and 2012 will become $17.0 trillion.
2013, $18.5 trillion.
And by 2014, $20 trillion.
The number 20 is my favorite number.
Well, let's not celebrate.
In the next show, we'll talk about a mountain of interest.